I just had kind of a thanks for all of that. That was beautiful. I'm curious if you could, just to follow up on that, speak to w- when living from the open space that is intimate with experience or with people. I'm thinking of people in particular. And one thing that came through to me as you were talking is, you know, we're looking for intimacy. It's like you don't have any intimacy until you're open, because the grasping is itself a pushing away as much of it as it is a wanting. Wanting can never have what it wants. Um, but in a certain sense, when you're saying like having that experience without adding any meaning to it, there are certain dimensions of my life that have uh, certain kinds of priority over others, certain relationships, certain people, work, whatever, um, and other people that might want or desire meaning to that relationship. Um, so I'm just curious, yeah, if you could speak a little bit about navigating the world of relationship from that place, that's in dialogue with some of the limitations that we inevitably have to navigate, in terms of the level of intimacy or care or priority I might be invited to give to some people over others, or certain experiences or home or whatever, those kind of responsibilities and such. I'm also seeing it as just an invitation for me to kind of reflect on that, but curious if you have anything to share on like bringing it into the relative that has those certain dimensions to it. Does that make sense as a question?
Intimacy from the view of the relative, intimacy from the view of the finite self. Yeah. Has certain conditions in it. It has meaning. In other words, and I'm inviting you to examine this in yourself to see if it's true or relevant. I'm just positing it as a possibility. That from that point of view, then intimacy is about taking care of something, someone, whatever that taking care is, giving attention to, prioritizing, spending time with, communicating in a particular way. That intimacy is conditional and it's finite. It's limited to those activities, to those conditions, to those actions, behaviors, so on. The intimacy that I speak of, and I think you know this in all the dialogues that we've had, is an intimacy that is simply intimate with the experience, however it is. It's more like the ground of reality, just as beingness is. What you then do and how you act and how you prioritize your life is part of your finite experience, and that's up to you. Sometimes that finite experience and the way that we are with it, relate to it, manage it, organize it, flow with it or don't flow with it, creates a sense of constriction on a relative level. You feel trapped by it. You feel obligated. Or it's very enjoyable. or it has both of those qualities in it. But the intimacy that I'm really speaking of is not limited, it's not finite, it's not conditional, and we can't be trapped by it.